Alive, boys. Bro, my neck. Oh, that's such a bad neck crack. Wow, that's so aggressive. Alright. Got any weird talents or abilities? All of mine are weird. I don't have a single normal talent. I can spin fire. That's weird. I think that's weird. It's pretty fucking weird. It's weird, dude. Alright, let's... No, I cannot touch my nose with my tongue. Oh. Guys, go to the YouTube stream. It's more fun. We're gonna start. So, what are the talking points that we hear for when people say Trump is better? Trump actually believes that he's better for black communities. The main research points that I've heard, or the main talking points that I've heard, is Trump. Let me just make. I like your roof thingy. Thank you. And 10 point that is Trump better for black communities. Let me. Boom. What the fuck? There you go. So most common talking points I hear when I hear people say that Trump is better for black communities is mainly his opportunity zones. Not a lot of people know about that. Why do you stream while I'm at work? I'm sorry. This is when I'm on med, so I can actually do research. I can't focus for shit unless I'm taking my Vyvanse. So this is like when I can actually do research, you know? I'm so sad. I hear mainly HBC, is that what they call it? Sorely black communities, or colleges and universities. I hear a lot of people say that he's given so much money to HBCUs. What's up, Harry? What's up, Harry? Harry, it's so awkward that I don't follow you back. That's so mean. Like, we're friends. I don't even follow you back on... but I'll watch on YouTube later. Yeah, my last YouTube video didn't get posted, and I'm really bummed about. Hopefully this stream will get posted. And then the other one I hear is opportunity zones. How do you spell opportunity? Opportunity. So, I'm stupid. Alright, let's talk about... Okay, so I know I have like facts right off the top of my head about opportunity zones. What's up, Pineapple Animations? Welcome to the YouTube chat. Guys, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Hey, actually, this mic. Go to YouTube. Opportunity zones. Guys, I want to like upgrade my streaming from my PC if you guys want, because they're gonna get better. I don't even know what the quality looks like. Is it like the video is to my 3 viewers in YouTube? Is the camera quality like fine, or is it like shit, like bad? Like, it doesn't look great. I have it in full screen. Auto. Can I only go to 360p? Is my camera quality really 360p on my goddamn... Wow, that's so bad. Hold up, let me try to see if I can do anything about this. Oh, man. Oh, I can't change any of my screens. Bitrate. I can't do shit when I'm streaming. Damn it. Based. Okay, that sucks. Well, sorry that you guys have shitty visual. Hopefully the audio is better. Yeah. Let me just move my microphone. Okay, that sucks. Well, sorry that you guys have... Microphone's closer to the face. Visual. Now we're echoing. Nice. Alright, HBCUs. Let's research. Trump, Donald Trump, and HBCU. I'm a huge fan. I'm glad you're a huge fan. Is this Google? Oh, I thought I was on Yahoo for a second. Restoring funding for black colleges. Restoring Inside hire.com. Alright. Oh god, he's ugly. Nice. People are moving to YouTube. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining the YouTube stream. That's more fun. No. Alright. President engages in useful hyper... Hold up. Why? Bruh. Yeah, this sucks. Okay, there we go. Okay. Fact checkers quickly corrected the record after President Trump... Oh, wow, this is not hard to find. What is this? Inside higher education. Inside ED. Is this like a... Is this a reliable source? It probably is. Inside higher education. You'll notice that almost all of academia is left-leaning because... Well, I mean, I'll let you draw conclusions. Inside special reports, rich data combined with a thoughtful substantive analysis that our readers trust in order to do their jobs effectively. These supplemental reports offer a deep dive into one facet of higher education are available in addition to higher ED's regular news and editorial offerings. Inside regularly collaborates serves higher education leaders in the range of critical issues. My eyes already hurt from the freaking light. Yeah, audio and video way better on YouTube. I'm glad. Hey, thanks Hannah for the dono on TikTok. Much love. That's so funny. Yeah, I trust them, honestly. Whatever. Fact checkers quickly corrected the record after President Trump, during remarks Mondays at the Devos economics conferences, declared that he had rescued historically black colleges and universities. He said he rescued them. Alright. I don't want bold anymore. Claimed he... we'll write later. We'll read first. The president's... I saved HBCUs. We saved them. Alright, let's just put that in there. Because that is bullshit. I already know that's bullshit. Like, I don't even need a fact checker to tell me that. When did he say this? They're going out and we saved them. Wow. He's so sad. Oh my god. Pathetic little man. Edwin Corbin. The president's brief comment appeared to refer to bipartisan legislation dubbed the Future Act that the U.S. Congress passed in December. Okay, yeah. That's what I figured. It was passed in Congress. Do I have a date? December of what year, homie? The legislation made permanent $255 million in annual STEM funding for minority-serving colleges, including roughly $85 million specifically allocated to HBCUs. That's good. Good for them. Vote Igor. Agreed, sir. I'm glad. I'm glad we did that. While many of the nation's 102 HBCUs face financial pressure, the funding stream is important to them, it isn't responsible for keeping their doors open. I figured. Congress passed the legislation after a month-long negotiation over several higher education bills. Trump signed the law in December, so as fact checkers rightly noted, it's a stretch at best for the president to claim he single-handedly saved the colleges by signing the law. Yeah, that's what I figured. He didn't do shit. He just didn't cut funding. He didn't allocate more. He didn't do it, obviously, himself. He didn't wake up one day. It's like, you know what? I am live on YouTube. I really don't like Trump. I don't like Trump either. I am live on YouTube. Go to YouTube. It's better. Congress passed the legislation month, blah, 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 blah. However, the White House and the U.S. Department of Education can make legitimate points when touting their support for the sector. Passed legislation. It's a stretch at best, to say the president. Yeah, exactly. Things continued on the right path, that Average told Senate Professor at Psychology at Howard University. I have friends who go there. It's a good school. The editor-in-chief of the Journal of Negro Education. I can't say that the administration has been obstructive. Yeah, exactly. They just haven't been worse. They aren't. They're no better than any other past organization. They just decide to work with Congress so we can have a talking point to say that he helped black people. That's 100% it. Ugh. I fucking knew it. I didn't even do this research, and this is just what I assumed. It's right. Things continue on the right path, said Avery Tolson, professor. I read that. Some HBCU leaders, for example, point... I just realized you guys can't, like, fully see. Hold up. Oh, God. It's not better for you guys. Is this better? Yeah, okay, this is better for you guys to see. What's up, Vanessa? Is that Vanessa? My mom's name is Vanessa, so it's like close, but not. I thought someone said Trump's not that bad. Yeah, no, Trump is that bad, actually. I'm sure their second response is saying Trump's not that bad, where it's like, but the economy. Probably don't know shit about the economy. Some HBCU leaders, for example, point to the March 2018 move by Education Secretary Betsy DeVos to cancel the repayment of more than $300 million federal relief loans for... Oh my God. Oh, I read that wrong. I thought she canceled. For example, point to the March 2018 move by Education Secretary Betsy DeVos to cancel the repayment. Wait, what does that mean? Secretary of DeVos issues full forgiveness. Oh, okay. Yay. That's so good. That Betsy DeVos did a good thing for once in her life. God damn. Yeah, she's genuinely interested in working on our behalf, so well her. That's good. Received loan release from DeVos. That's their big win with HBCUs. He said of the administration. Yeah, so that's the only thing they've done that was like better than anything else. What's up, Francis? I like your little emojis in chat. Yeah, no, the economy, Trump did not. No. Guys, line go up. Good for economy. Was that racist? That might have been a little racist, I'm sorry. In particular, they point to increase in key funding streams. For example, during the last 3 fiscal years, federal programs like the United Negro College Fund deems most important to HBCUs have seen a collective increase for more than $200 million in funding. Nice. Senior Vice President of Public Policy. For example, the Strengthening Historically Black Elders Program, which in part of Title III increased from, I can't read numbers, $245 million in federal support in 2017 to $325 million this fiscal year. Oh, hey, good job. Nice. Good job, Trump administration. Advocates for black colleges have also been quietly opposed to the Obama-era borrower defense rule when DeVos rolled back the rule, provoking sustained condemnation for consumer advocates. Department cited a letter from UNCF that challenged several of the rule. And I don't know what that means. Advocates for black colleges also have been quietly opposed to the Obama-era borrower defense rule. What is that? What's a borrower defense rule? Guys, I hope you're liking the stream on YouTube and on TikTok. I really do. I wish I didn't have to stream on TikTok. What is the borrower defense? The borrower defense is a repayment rule and federal regulation issued by a repayment is like they won't forgive your loans, right? That's what repayment means. Can someone tell me? Issued by the U.S. Department of Education that allows federal students loan borrowers. Why can I say borrowers? Don't you hate when people say lib destroys? No, I love when they say that because they lost. It's funny. I don't care. It's so funny when people say libs destroyed. Especially because I'm not a liberal. And they don't know what different political ideologies are. I'm not a liberal at all. I'm like a radical leftist. But I will support liberal policies because for the moment they are the best for pushing the leftist agenda. That allows federal student loan borrowers who are defrauded by college universities to seek full partial forgiveness of these loans. Repayment rule. It allows federal student loan borrowers who were defrauded by a college, university, career school to seek full or partial forgiveness. Wait, so they got forgiveness for their loans? God, this is going to be so complicated because I don't know how loans work. Why are you a radical left? What do you mean, why am I a radical left? The more educated I got, the farther left I fell. That's why. Why are you gay? Who says I'm gay? You say you're gay. The 10 Corinthian God. What's a borrower? Federal student loan forgiveness through borrower defense will complete a Corinthians specific application. For more information about forgiveness and federal student loans, defense must submit their applications. Guys, I don't like reading. I hate reading so much. What's up, Brandon? Some borrower defense complete an online application form. Within the online application form, you'll be required to provide your signature digitally. It will be helpful to include additional documentations as part of your application by uploading additional electronic documents. For example, scanned PDF documents. ED recommends you prepare the additional documents prior. Okay. Took out to attend school if the school misled you or engaged in other misconduct or violations of certain state laws. Huh. Shut up. Okay. Yeah, so if you took out a loan, right, and then you got fucked over by your school, it can be like, hello, Mr. Government, I got fucked over by my school. Can I please have my money back, please? And then you get your money back. I don't know why I did that accent, but, you know, it's what it is, you know? Wait, how do I go back? No, what? Why can't I go back? Oh, God damn it. That's not what I want. How do I go to history? Do I even want to open my history on here? Your birthday's next month, and wish me an early birthday, and please, my name is Cheyenne, or Shane. Shane. I have a friend whose name is spelled Shane, just like that. So happy birthday, Shane. In a month. Cheyenne. It might be Cheyenne. Is it Shane or Cheyenne? What's the most idiotic thing someone told me about Trump? Anything people say in defense of Trump is the most idiotic thing I've ever heard. I've not heard a single good defense. Honestly, the HBCUs is the only decent thing I've heard at the moment because of what? Only because they gave loan forgiveness for the schools fucked over by Hurricane Katrina. But even that is like not like impressive. Like I'm not impressed by that. Like, no shit. Wouldn't everyone do that? Right? Like, wouldn't any administration forgive loans for historically black universities who got ass fucked by a hurricane? So, good job. Not impressed. Do more. National groups that represent HBCUs. That's not to call. For example... she was genuinely interested, blah, 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 impartial. They point to interests and key funding streams, for example, during the last 3 fiscal years. Yeah, we read this. So money has been going up. That's good. Also, it was Congress who passed these legislations. It wasn't Trump waking up to be... Yeah, I'm pro-choice. Are you kidding? You're obsessed with my Tyler poster in the back. Thank you. In addition, Murray cited a successful push for the federal government to provide financial relief. Who's Murray? Advocates for Black College also been blah, 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 blah. Provoking sustained combination for consumer advocates. The department cited a letter to the UNCF that challenged several provisions of the rule. In addition, Murray cited a successful push for the federal government to provide financial relief through deferments to private HBCUs that saw their enrollment decline due to changes made to the Parents Plus loan program during the Obama administration. Decisions that infuriate HBCU leaders. Congress and the Trump administration backed the deferments. I don't even know what these words mean, guys. This is a problem. I'm dumb, right? I'm not smart. Thank you for simping for me. I'm not smart, but I do research, but I get to words like deferment, and I need to Google what that means because I don't know what it means. The acting or fact of putting something off to a later time, postponement. Oh, like a deferral. Okay, makes sense. Never mind. Like if you get deferred from college, it's like you didn't get rejected, but like maybe later. Figured it out. I'm not stupid. I'm smart. I'm really smart, guys. I'm super smart. I'm big brain. Additionally, Murray cited a successful push for the federal government to provide financial relief through. Oh. Different. I'm confused. I don't know what to believe. I'm streaming on YouTube, guys. Go to YouTube. If you're on here and you're not watching my YouTube video, my stream on YouTube, go to YouTube. I'm not talking to you guys on TikTok. Only the real ones watch on YouTube. Guys, I'm streaming. Do you guys like not read the thing before you see that I'm live? I do not read like the title. Read the title of my thing. Streaming on YouTube. It's in my bio. Go to Instagram. Then subscribe. Thank you, sir. Murray cited a successful push to the federal government for financial relief through firms and private HBCUs. Guys, I'm struggling to focus right now. The Parent Plus loan program due during the Obama administration. This is hard. This stuff is more complicated than I thought it would be. I'm gonna be fully transparent. I'm TikTok if now, sir. Well, that's cool, but it came from TikTok. Glad you guys are all coming from TikTok. It's more fun over here. You can see what I'm researching, and I sound better. When these items have gotten to the president's testimony, said the president has signed each and every one. Yeah, good. Again, it's just Trump deciding. It's Congress being like, hey, we should get HBCUs more money because they deserve more money. Screaming at me while I'm eating my meatloaf. Yeah, fuck you and your meatloaf. I'm kidding. So basically, overall, Trump didn't save them. He just signed legislation pushed by Congress. Decided to not let them die, basically. That's all he did. I mean, credit where credit's due, especially Betsy DeVos, who I hate so much. But, like, okay, you can support a few HBCUs, but imagine not being pro-choice, for real. You can support HBCUs, but that goes almost nowhere if you still advocate so much for charter schools and support charter schools so much more than you support any other type of school. Trump's number one priority is Trump, 100%. 110%. That's big facts. It was good. I just subbed. Thanks. Arnav. Garg. Signed legislation pushed by Congress. Decided not to let them die. Okay. Another administration overall recorded that HBCUs have been mixed. The White House under Trump each year has proposed steep cuts to higher education and scientific research, and some of those suggest cuts. Oh, the Trump administration. Okay, Congressional appropriators have rejected previous White House calls to cut student aid. Oh. Oh, man. $7.1 billion cut to funding at the Education Department with a proposed budget that retreats familiar higher education ideas. Short-term programs eliminate public service loan forgiveness and subsidized student loans and streamline income-driven repayment programs for student borrowers. It also calls for deep cuts in scientific research. Yeah, no shit. Trump is actually anti-intellectual. I should, yeah. Once I have a video that's like actually a video and not just me like trying to figure out how YouTube works. So I'll probably post this. I'll probably post this on YouTube because my streams get posted automatically. And publicize that if people are interested. Decide not to let them die. Blah 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 blah. Why can't I freaking add the freaking things? This always happens. No, oh my god, mother trucker, dude. Okay, let's just type here. Has proposed like my best moments. Yeah, I mean, I could do that. I probably should do that. What's your first YouTube video gonna be about? I don't know, probably this. Like, I'm just gonna post my live streams. I wanted to go live more. I can probably post a video like breaking down fascism for you guys, because Trump is a fascist. But he's an interesting fascist. He's very interesting. But I do want to like make like an intro. Proposed $7.1 million. Wait, did it say million or billion? Billion! $1 billion. Yep. Cut to. Wow. It's a video on fascism. I might do a video on fascism. Fascism, sick. We can talk about fascism at the end of this if we want, because being anti-intellectual is fascistic. Compel high-quality short-term programs, eliminate public service loan forgiveness, subsidize student loans, and streamline income-driven repayment programs for student borrowers. It also filled deep cuts to scientific research. Hope to work with Congress in advancing accountability system to put colleges on the hook for student loan repayment outcomes. But although the White House highlighted risk sharing for colleges in a preview of the budget, didn't offer any details of what the system would look like. The proposal marked the third straight year that President Trump has asked Congress for major cuts to education spending. The proposal would mean 12% cut to the Education Department from fiscal year 2019 and overall discretionary expenditures, but Congress has responded for two previous budgets by ignoring calls for cuts and instead appropriating new funds for programs like TRIO, Gear Up, and Pell Grants. The administration have been synced up or on the same page around the total funding numbers for the department, said James Blue, Assistant Secretary of Planning, Evaluation, Police Policy Development at the Education Department. Yeah, I know, Arnav with the goated ideas. Of your YouTube on TikTok. I probably will do that. Blue acknowledged that Congress is the last 2 cycles actually increased a budget where the White House had sought cuts. He said that Trump administration was asking for reductions again because it believed in a need of rationary funding for the department. The budget emphasized the administration's focus on multiple pathways to higher education. A call for reforming the formula used to allocate federal work-study funds to reflect the number of students. Wow. Federal programs like work-study and college counseling for low-income students. He failed, but that would have been kind of productive. Oh, really? Thank you so much for telling me that. Because I am honestly confused. I don't speak this language, so I don't know necessarily what's like really good and what's really bad. Guys, if you're on TikTok, go to YouTube. If you're watching on TikTok, please go to YouTube. Not all of this is going to go on the Black Lives Matter document. I mean, a lot of it can, especially the disparities in traffic stop. But it's just good to know. I mean, this document, I'll send the link again if you guys want to. I'll put it in chat so you guys can look at this whenever you want. It's less like, what's your ideal type? I don't have a type. Stupid. Okay. Science. %12 cut to the education. %12 to education. Betsy DeVos is actually insane. I will tell him to go subscribe. Okay, guys, like and comment and subscribe if you're new here. Talk about Portland. I'll talk about Portland at the end of the stream. 100%. There's a lot going on. In addition, Mary said a successful push for federal government to provide financial relief through that's money for what she said. Tone deaf statements linking. She says, "The real pioneers when it comes to school choice," she said in a written statement. "They're living proof that the more options are provided to students, therefore greater access to greater quality. Their success has shown more options help students flourish." Beyond this claim this week, to have saved HBCUs, the Trump administration appears to have overbilled other purported achievements with HBCUs. Summer, Trump said he would lift restrictions on capital financial funding for faith-based HBCUs and seminaries. He said that would move free up funding for more than 4 colleges and seminaries. It wasn't clear at the time that the colleges would receive new federal funding. Kimbrough said he has studied the issue and that Trump's pledge has no impact on HBCUs. Can be used for hyperbole. Of course, it's not grounded in reality. Okay, that's all I need to know. Kimbrough said he has studied the issue and Trump pledges have no impact on HBCUs. Trump has no impact on HBCUs. Who said that? What's his name? Kimbrough? Kimbrough. I'm so stupid. Kimbrough. Who's this guy? Have you looked into the model minority myth? No, what is that? Who is Kimbrough? Who is this? I'm genuinely. Oh. President of Dillard University. Okay. President of Jesus Christ, not president of Kimbrough University. Of Dillard, right? Dillard. Okay. I think that's overall summary. Trump pushes for has not pushed for more funding for HBCUs. He has only blah 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 blah. What's the model minority myth, if you don't mind explaining? He has only signed bills pushed by Congress. Devos still supports school choice, which is a stupid notion, and the education department has cut funding from programs that would. Do you read a lot? No, I don't read a lot. Not enough. That's why I'm struggling to read right now. Funding from programs that would assist Yeah, historically black, so black would make sense. Small minority is a minority demographic whose members are perceived to achieve higher degree of success than the population average, thus serving the reference group to outgroups for well-educated and successful. They're pretty much only affected Asians. They're complex that white men feed that if you're... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so like the model... So like you're saying like the model Asian would be like this like smart guy, right? But like here's what you need to understand about that. That's so stupid. The reason, like, I guarantee a immigrant coming from Nigeria to study in America is so much smarter than probably I'll ever fucking be, because their parents, first of all, they're wealthy. What's up?
How much in board will the videos?
I'm doing a live stream right now, but later, yeah.
Okay, I'm leaving. I'm busy at 3.
Oh, fuck. Not playing video games, sorry, Dylan. So basically, like, their family is rich because they can afford to move to America. Same with Asians. And they are well educated because they're rich. So, no shit. Like, if Asian Americans are successful, then why can't Hispanic and black people, you know? Yeah. That's so sad. Because you don't... wait, are you on a podcast? No, I'm live streaming on YouTube. Guys, go to YouTube. Do you read the description before you click on my lives? I'm on YouTube. Go to YouTube. Please. 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 That would assist black people in getting to participate in higher education. Like, look at this. For example, there isn't a problem of black people and minorities not graduating from college, but there's a huge problem with there's a huge disparity between black and white people graduating from high school, right? So these historically black colleges and universities are great, right? Fantastic. They're good that this is an opportunity for people of color to have a more successful chance at higher. It's in my bio. Click on the Instagram icon and click on YouTube. It's great to have black people participating in these higher educations, but most of them will never get the chance. Not most of them. That's hyperbole, but a lot of them will struggle to get the chance because they can't graduate from high school because of so many reasons why they aren't graduating from high school. And all of them are examples of systemic racism. So, black, there's white, high school graduation rate. Yeah. Let's look at this graph. Edweek.org. I trust them. They're .org. For the first time in 40 years, the percentage of black 18... high school's credentials nearly the same as that of... Oh! Nice. Wow. Psych. Good job, black people. But racial gaps remain for earning an on-time diploma. The same as white person. From 1977 to 2016, white students had a higher status completion rate than black students, meaning the percentage of young adults out of high school with a diploma or alternative like GED. 2017, that completion gap closed to only 1%, measuring 94.8%, while white students 93.8%. 94.8 for white, 93.8 for black, and the overall completion rate was 93.3. 2017. By contrast, the National Adjustment Cohort graduation rate measures the number of first-time ninth graders who earned a regular high school diploma, was later accounting for all students who transferred in or out, immigrate, or die. Ooh. The years between the rate for 2016 to 2017 was 85%, up to 6 percentage points since first collected in 2010-11, but the cohort graduation of white students was, wow, for white students. So in 2011, 10 and 11 was 89 versus 78%. Actually, the MMM creates a lot of anti-blackness and racism towards other minorities. Asian community, which is sad. Do you ever stream on Twitch? Maybe, if that's easier, if you guys prefer Twitch. It's just nice that they'll post the streams directly to YouTube, so I don't need to like do work after and like edit the parts, you know. High school is so toxic. I went through the thinking the adults knew what they were talking about. Yeah, no shit, high school's toxic. We need to reform our schooling system. Duh. Okay. So the gap's closed, but there's still a disparity. Let's see. Is Betsy DeVos helping schools in communities of color? Yeah, probably not. DeVos politics. This is the New York Times. I trust the New York Times. They're center left. DeVos bans a lifetime local advocacy and demands schools reopen. Okay, well, obviously not. Oh, that's so great. Demanding schools to reopen. Schools to reopen largely impacts black communities and underfunded communities, and I'm going to say and other underfunded because I don't want them to go hand in hand. And other, although statistically speaking, all black communities systemically have become underfunded. Oh boy. Hi Adrian. Hi Danny. Other underfunded communities. And what's the MMM? What are you talking about? Also negatively impacts Asians because they are held to higher standards. Yeah, no shit. Exactly, like they have more privilege to the other minorities, but they also have to live up to a really high standard. There's a lot of stuff wrong there. You're rewriting the Constitution. Yeah, go to YouTube. Demanding schools to reopen impacts black communities and other underfunded communities. Schools. Cutting budgets to supply schools with PPE. Asians are still oppressed to sound a bunch of blacks, Hispanic. Almost every minority group besides white people are oppressed in this country. Oh, really? Model minority myth. Oh, thank you. Supply schools with PPE. What's up, everyone on TikTok? Everyone on TikTok, go to the YouTube video. Go to the live on YouTube. What else? How reopening schools impacts the yeah, okay. These are all relatively biased sources, CNN and Vox, but what I do know is that black community has a higher death and infection rate for COVID. I believe, let's look at Maine. Maine, this is a funny statistic. Maine has a Maine's 2% black population makes up 25% of their COVID cases. if they cared about the black community, they would move funding into programs that could make it easier for kids to learn at home and provide meals for kids and fund food drives and food banks that help underfunded and underprivileged communities get free meals. They would offer a lot more. Yeah, no, I don't want to be streaming on TikTok. I want to be streaming on YouTube, but I need everyone on TikTok to go to YouTube. If you want me to pay attention to you, go to YouTube. Google Scholar instead. Google Scholar. Damn, you guys are smart. Send me links if you have them. 6% black population makes up 25% of their COVID cases. If they how to support the black communities during this time, during COVID. NAACP. The racial time bomb and the COVID-19 crisis. CDC print resources, main federal government, coronavirus information. The U.S. government is urged to release data on COVID-19. The racial time bomb. Yeah, they aren't releasing racial data. Social distancing is a privilege. Council on Black Health. What coronavirus means for black communities. Its victims is consistent. Don't know. Yeah, lower testing. Student and education resources. Meals offers to help families feed children. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Free resources for schools during COVID-19 outbreak. This was from a while ago. Okay. Fund food banks. Fund testing. Fund contact tracing. Basically, control the fucking virus. Wait, sorry, I think I missed the beginning. Are you focusing on Trump/COVID and black communities or Trump's entire term? All of it. All of it. Because Trump claims that he saved HBCUs, and I want to talk about that. They didn't necessarily save them. They just did it a little bit better, and I'm saying if you want to be able to say you helped support schools and communities that are primarily of color, you would support the you would not have the school choice idea, because school choice basically just means that essentially what people say when they mean school choice, and this is what Betsy DeVos means when she says school choice, is like, why aren't black people smart enough to realize that they can go to a private school? That's the subtext there. I'm not even kidding. It's this idea that they're like, oh, if they just pulled themselves up from their bootstraps and worked a little harder, then maybe they could be in private schools, you know? And that's fucking bullshit. Y'all remember when that actress like paid a shit ton of money to get her daughter sent to USC, and then they found out and she got like a month in prison, and then this mother of like 3 children, this black mother of 3 children, got 2 years of jail time because she lied about what district she lived in so her kids could go to a better school. Oh, Trump admin cut SNAP funding early in this term. Okay. Yeah, I believe that. He wanted a $7.1 billion cut to education. So, you know. Yeah. They don't care about black people. Trump can say, I saved HBCUs all he wants when literally he didn't. Trump has no impact on HBCUs, said the president of Dillard University, an HBCU. Fuck school choice. My mom works at a school called Waterside School that basically gives, is in a underprivileged community in a nearby city that offers, it used to be free, but they started having to pay for it because the school just needed to stay afloat because it was a private school that basically secured scholarship positions in really good private schools in my county. And there's a bunch of kids that I'm friends with who had my mom as teachers, or had my mom as a teacher, who now come to my private school because of the school, Waterside School. It basically just provides education that's better that's just as good, if not better, oftentimes better than like the white public school that's down my street. And from what my mom says, she's like, these kids work so much fucking harder than any other kid, because they understand the opportunity that they have and they take full advantage of it. Because in a lot of ways, for a lot of kids, it's the best, it's a great way out of a potentially detrimental system that they were born into for no fault of their own. When people say black people don't work hard, that's why they're poor, I want to punch them in the face because they're fucking lying. Whew. Anyways, that's my thoughts on Betsy DeVos. I hate that bitch. Opportunity zones. I can do this probably off the cusp. I know most of this shit. Basically, it was an idea to provide investment opportunities in underprivileged okay, nice communities. What actually happened was the zones were so large and vague that they included oh wait, I need sources for this, sorry. Oh, why is it so big? That's what she said. Okay. What is an opportunity zone? So basically, an opportunity zone is the was Trump's only plan to help the black community by basically making it's the idea is like the concept is like reverse redlining, basically saying like he's telling companies that they will get a tax cut. There's a big tax break if you invest into housing and building projects in these opportunity zones. Great idea. Lovely. Brilliant. Bring it up because it relates more to black people than these things. Trump doesn't justify his racism. Yeah, exactly. Well, here's the thing. That's a fucking lie. In very few cases, they have provided more jobs to underprivileged community. But here's the kicker: overwhelmingly, the so first of all, the opportunity zones were massive. They were way too large and often included communities that were not underfunded. There's an example of this in Florida, around the Miami area. I think he called all of Miami like an opportunity zone and just said, you get a tax break if you build here. So what ended up happening is his friends, a lot of people that he was associated with, started putting up luxury hotels and luxury office complexes. And their justification for this ended up being, oh, but we're providing jobs closer to these communities. And the fucking jobs they're talking about are literally like janitor and like housekeeping. Like that's what he meant when he said we're providing jobs. There's rumors that his own buildings have been set up in these opportunity zones just so he can get it around taxes. It's bullshit. It very, very it falls short of helping black communities, and it helps his friends. So I'm not surprised. That's how he works. Funny as fuck. All right. Zones so large. Opportunity zones. Trump opportunity zones. States designated up to 25% of low-income census tracts as opportunity zones. Opportunity zones were created under the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, actually signed by President J. Trump. Treasury later issued a regulatory guidance that allows prior investors to benefit from newly designated opportunity zones. Guys, I genuinely am a fan of, what's it called? Wikipedia. Designated and incentivized programs by the Tax Cut and Jobs Act along certain investment lower history. Tim Scott, Cory Booker, Ron Kind supported economic innovation groups. States 25% of low census tracts. Opportunity zones were created in 2017. Tax Cuts and Jobs Act signed by President Donald J. Trump. More than 8,764 zones in 50 states, 5 U.S. possessions, including American Samoa, Guam. Oh, I didn't know that, actually. They're in, like, Guam and Samoa and Puerto Rico and shit. Not all opportunity zones are low-income communities. Yeah. 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 Investor in the Nevada Act. Treasury later issued a regulatory guidance that allows prior investors to benefit from newly. Yeah. Yeah. I figured. Guys, if you're on TikTok, come here. Yeah, well, Wikipedia is scary, but, like, at the end of it, if you want, like, the basic shit, it's not a bad... It's a good starting point. Like, who's gonna... You know? Like, just reading this is relatively very unbiased. And if you know how to look for bias, you know when someone just made shit up on Wiki. To qualify, the opportunity funds must invest more than 9% of its assets into qualified opportunity zones. Property located in the opportunity zones. Property must be significantly improved, which means it must be an original use. Which means it must be an original use. On the base or the basis of the opportunity must be double the basis of non-land assets. Capital gain taxes are deferred from investments reinvested in investments of these zones, and if the investment is held for 10 years, all capital gains of the new investments are waived. Opportunity zones are census tract designs by states authorities as of Perry. I don't know what that means. Yeah, exactly. Go to sources from Wiki. That's probably what I'm going to do. The investor must invest in to meet the 7-year holding period and 2% of the deferral capital gain. And investors may include 10% of the deferral capital gain by investing in opportunity fund by the end of 21 to meet 5-year holding period. Investor who realizes capital gain income may reinvest the capital gain in an opportunity fund with 100. I don't know what this means. Prior to the law creating opportunity zones, an investor could defer capital gains tax by trading one asset with another asset in the same asset class by using the section 1031 exchange. Opportunity zones now allow an investor to defer capital gains tax by trading one asset with another asset in a different asset class. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. But basically, this is just like paid gentrification. I'm not even kidding. It's tax cuts to gentrification. It's what it does. I used to get an idea that I'm not looking for and then do more research. I like the unemployment rates. Obama started that trend. Yeah. Trump can't do shit on his own. External links. This is just about the taxes. I want to go to this. Stephen, this got scary. Stephen Mnuchin. Low income tract. Opportunity zone shortly after attending. Okay, this is probably New York Times. Yeah, boy. Reno, Nevada, 1980s by Wall Street greatest. Opportunity. These days, is leading proponents of new federal tax break that intended to coax wealthy investors to plow money into distressed communities known as opportunity zones. The institute's leaders have helped push senior officials in the Trump administration to make the tax incentive more generous, even though it's under fire for being slanted towards the wealthy. Yep. The position to personally gain from some of the exchanges institution intervened in a way that benefited. Yeah. A vivid illustration, the power of borrow from the secured industry. I was borrowed from the securities industry and fined $600 million as part of the 19. Literally arrested. He's in President Trump's Washington. Amassed. In addition, the favorable tax policies is public. Jared Kushner. Wow. Do major real estate projects inside federally designated opportunity zones in Nevada. Nearest vacation home. Yeah. I think you're saying Wishman was a major investor last year after pressure from other lenders. The Treasury Department ignored its own guidelines on how to select opportunity zones and made the area eligible for a tax break. According to people involved in discussion, the records reviewed by the Times. This is crazy. The original assets, but this allows you to collect those taxes on different assets. Oh, you're so smart. Wow. This is insane, yo. Ooh. Colleagues were upset the treasury sector is intervening. Yeah, okay. That's funny. That's so funny. Opportunity zones. So tax cuts to wealthy investors and gave incentives to. The law does not require public disclosure of who they're taking advantage of. How are they deploying their funds? Require public disclosure. Whoa, I didn't even read that. The law does not require public disclosure of who are taking advantage of the initiatives. Yeah, okay. That's scary. Okay, let me break it down real quick. Basically, what it means is the opportunity zones looked at areas that were below the poverty line or considered to be low income communities, and then they became designated opportunity zones. That gave these opportunity zones allowed the government, Trump, to give anyone who invested into those zones tax cuts, and so they don't. You're not paying as many taxes on the properties that you have built or you own in that region, in that zone. So what ended up happening is the secretary. Is this Devos? Wait, it's not who I want to. This article. Michael Milken was arrested in 1990. Got
Ok, ne parliamo.
a nuovo.
No, ma devi provarla prima di capirla.
Okay, grazie.
Devi firmare.
Yeah, and it's a cheat for his rich friends to pay less taxes. And what ended up happening is that they didn't fund programs such as like community centers or low-income housing initiatives. They built huge luxury hotels and these beautiful like office buildings and essentially gentrified a lot of communities and gave incentives to invest in underfunded communities. Let's talk about the problems. Let's break it down. So the problems with opportunity zones are they in what they say in 2000 what they say so public, god damn it, I lost it. Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin. All right. Stephen how do you spell this fucking name? Mnuchin. Expanded the zones to include our already wealthy zones. Let me just cite the New York Times. I hate that I'm doing that. I hate that's the New York Times, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's still fucking facts, you know. Expanded the zones to include already wealthy zones. Directly helped Jared Kushner, Mr. Son-in-law, gentrified. Yes, is that the right word? Not the right word. Nice. Gentrified communities. Tease. Fucking. Built massive luxury hotels and offices. All right. Yeah. I never thought I was corrupt because I've seen worse corruption. Yeah, of course. Capitalism only helps the rich and makes them richer. If you're born rich, you die rich. Unless you really fuck up. And if you're born poor, you usually die poor. Yeah. The majority of the jobs created were low income low income maintenance. Low paying, not low income. And finally, no, this is really corrupt. Oh, I thought I kind of gave that. Yeah, give tax cuts. Oh, shit. God, you know this more. Hey, I'm back. Glad you're back, homie. Yeah, does not require this public disclosure of who's taking advantage. What's it called? Property gains taxes or whatever. It is a way to help to. I mean, websites say the magazine is good when it comes to providing factual information. Yeah, I fuck with New York Times. And Times. Oh, of course you have the ability to work towards success. No one's saying you don't. I mean, every fucking movie's made about that, obviously, for reasons that I don't want to get into right now. Of course you have the ability to build for success, but you are statistically less likely to build towards success. We don't gravitate towards the center, right? If you're born poor, you stay poor. If you're born poor, you don't gravitate up over time. You don't. Statistically speaking, you do not. I wish I had the sources in front of me. But it is far less likely for someone to be born poor and to end up rich. You just hear about all the like the hero stories, you know? You hear about all the stories because for capitalism to work, my friend, you need to have exploitation, right? That's why we had slaves, because we were in peak capitalism when we had the right to own people, because we were able to exploit those people. And then we couldn't own black people anymore, whoopsies, but then we exploited kids, right? So for capitalism to work, you need a select group of really, really, really rich players that take advantage of employees, because there's no way you can become a billionaire without taking advantage of employees. Statistically speaking, it can't happen. I wish. I mean, yes, nothing is set in stone, but statistically speaking, like you'll hear one anecdotal story about someone rising up through the ranks and becoming super rich, and you hear like the stories about like fucking like Mark Zuckerberg was like dirt poor, but he like now is a billionaire or whatever. That shit's like cool and all. Make a movie about it. Everyone likes that, and they're like, oh, I could do that. But you can't. You know why? You know, like, you can't have people beat the odds, because that's how odds work. You can't have everyone beating the odds. So our society requires people to be poor to make money. And another reason is that, like, so say I myself, I live in a very, very nice neighborhood because I was born into generational wealth through my grandfather and his great-grandfather. I'm lucky in that sense. Generational wealth is the way most people have their wealth in this country, unless they made it themselves. But statistically speaking, most people are born into wealth. And then because of that wealth, they are given so many more opportunities to become even more successful. For instance, I have an SAT tutor every week, so I can practice my SAT so I can get a good grade or a good fucking score and get into a better college. After my school ended, I had a week-long essay writing class where I talked about, where I met with teachers, and we started working on my college essay, and they gave us all these tips that people, if they didn't have this opportunity, wouldn't have an essay that's as good as mine unless they are just fucking brilliant. So that is hugely the problem. And when racial disparities come in, you need to realize that if generational wealth is the reason that you are more likely to succeed, and there's huge benefits to being wealthy, obviously. you need to realize that former slaves never had generational wealth, right? There was no way for they started at nothing. Plantation owners were they got all the fucking money, right? So that's why white people tend to be born into generational wealth far greater than black people, because black people never had that wealth. So when you introduce things like opportunity zones, and you're saying, oh, we're giving opportunities for low income communities that that are underfunded and underprivileged, like that looks so good on paper, right? But it's not, because it's not for them, it's for his friends, and it's just a cover up. He's using the disparities between black communities and white communities and taking advantage of those disparities to build more wealth for his friends. Exactly. Trump calls himself a self-made man. His dad gave him at least 60 million head start. Exactly. He's not a self-made man at all. He was born into money. 100% born into money. And he's a failure. If he was a self-made man, he wouldn't have gone bankrupt 3 times. There's the you need to believe, for capitalism to work, everyone needs to have the mindset that I can make it too. And I may be in my state, like, if you are like lower